Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Kyle Smith alongside Bob Vilsoet. It's the third of our fourth quarterfinal match tonight as Loyola Academy is taking on St. Francis. And Loyola Academy and St. Francis, they played each other earlier in the season, partner, and it was a three-set duel to the bitter end.
Yeah, both times. Then naturally they split. This is absolutely going to be a barn burner, I think. I mean, if somebody wins in two, it'll be like 25-23, 23-25, something like that. I feel like this is a battle of two setters. Both setters. St. Francis setter is absolutely terrific. Lost him there, Zedeker, right? And then on Loyola's side, Steph, well, he's the libero, right? Where'd the setter go here? There we go, Nathan Shee. So anyway, on the Loyola side of things, right, the hits all come from Jack Lopez, the outside. This guy's unstoppable, but the reason he's unstoppable is because of Nathan Shee. Just puts the ball exactly where he needs it to go. Soft but quick fours to the outside. And then because the middle, Liam Aruba, that holds the blockers, and then Lopez is constantly hitting on a single hit blocker. Plus, he's excellent from the back row. Now, St. Francis has a little bit more, I guess you'd say, all-around hitters. They've got Nick Madden, 213 kills. Eddie Muller, 265 kills. They're the mainstays. They're the outside, the middle, so they're in the front row 5 out of the 6 rotations. They get a lot out of Gonzalez, 186 kills. And, of course, Zedeker, he's got his own number of kills, 156. And, of course, he's a leader. He's the setter, 897 assists. So it's an awful lot of kills for a setter with an awful lot of assists. But this guy is absolutely a terrific setter. So expect him to be offensive-minded. This is going to be a close one.
It's going to be a tough one for St. Francis to win, according to MaxPreps.com. 8-1 in conference do the Ramblers do this season. They're 37-2 overall, national rank of 20, Illinois rank of 3. Meanwhile, we'll give you St. Francis in a minute here, but like you said, partner, it's going to be tough for St. Francis today. What's cool about this matchup, neither team has ever gone to the semifinals. Last time Loyola was here was back in '94. They did not place between 1 through 4th place. They got to the quarters, did not advance. Meanwhile, for St. Francis, they have never gotten this close before. So it's going to be a fun one. And, we talked about national rankings and Illinois rankings. If you're St. Francis, do you think about that at all coming into this matchup, or is it just another day, another team that you're playing to move on to the semifinals?
Well, I think it gets even more special because the fact that they played each other already. So they know they're in the state quarterfinal, right? They're playing a team that they're familiar with. It's just going to be one of those. It's more than just another game. I mean, you look around, you see the fans. We're here. It's just a wonderful venue. No, it's absolutely a special event.
For St. Francis, they're ranked 36th and 7th in Illinois. So we got two top 10 teams today in this matchup. Jack Lopez, a lot of size, but the good news is if you're a Spartan fan, they have size as well. 6'6" Aaron Cook and Liam Yaruba, 6'6" for the Ramblers, 6'5" for Jack Lopez.
Well, and of course, it's not all about height, right? It's the skill of the players, and that's what makes both teams stronger. I feel like St. Francis is going to sound funny, has mortal hitters, but that setter just floats the ball exactly to where they need it, making all 5 hitters better than they actually are. And that's how I feel at Loyola. The thing about Loyola, though, is their top hitter, Lopez. He's got more kills than anybody else in this tournament as an outside hitter. So we'll see him hitting from the front row and the back row. And if you look at him on the side, he doesn't look like he's that imposing. In other words, he's not like that tall. He's just that skilled with terrific sets. And then when he's in the back row, they get a bunch of kills out of Liam Aruba. Now, I didn't think Aruba hit the ball that hard, frankly, but when I watched him in person at the really tough Vernon Hills sectional, and he was good at finding location. He just had a knack for it. So when you set him, he reaches high, he's over the block and hits it into both corners, and he's just hard to dig. And he does his job. He gets the team rotated, then Lopez gets back up in the front, and then they go on rolls. And one more thing about the libero at Loyola. Again, I saw him in person. They played Barrington, and Barrington has some really terrific serving, right? And Barrington kept putting those high, hard topspins into the back row. And that libero, Steph Kims, he would go back and dive literally backwards to make some of these plays and get the ball up. And then, of course, the outside hitter on Barrington, Cole Hartke, he had some real nice smashes cross court. And again, they were dug often enough by Steph Kims. He's almost falling backwards before the ball gets hit. Just a tremendous libero.
How about Kyle Zedeker on the season? He has 156 kills, but also 107 blocks, 32 aces, 897 assists, and 111 digs. He is the straw that stirs the drink for the Spartans team, and He's by far their best player. How do you put up those kind of stats in a season like this?
Well, I mean, that's a great question. I mean, it can't help but wonder about this. He's got 897 assists, right? But he's got 156 kills. Nobody else has more than 3 assists on the team, at least according to these stats. So who's setting the ball up for him? Well, it has to be the diggers on the serve receive, right? So I expect that he's going to be active at hitting the second ball over. So Loyola would be crazy not to pay attention to that and play defense when he is hitting that second ball. But the touch on the ball that he has when he sets, watching him in warm-ups, the ball just floats right up to the hitters in the right hitting location. Just a tremendously good setter.
Lopez has 432 kills on the season. For St. Francis to win today, they got to keep him to 10 or less kills for a victory.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a number like that. I mean, that's probably as good of a gauge as any, right? But Lopez is clearly somebody you have to stop. I think it would be a scenario where make sure no matter what, if it doesn't look like he's set in the middle, he's not. It's going to go to Lopez. Get your double block on Lopez. But it's really hard to do that because the setter, Nathan Shee, is so good at getting a quick 4-ball out there before the middle blocker can get out there and help. And Lopez is so quick, and he's so accurate. He doesn't hit the ball out of bounds. Of course, he's great from the back row as well.
We're going to take a break. Starting lineups and the national anthem coming up next here on NFHS Network.
The home team on the scoreboard, the Spartans of St. Francis, went to the match with a record of 30 wins and 8 losses. Please meet Coach Mike Lynch, who has a record of 642 wins, 246 losses in his 26-year career. The Spartans beat Rockton Hononegah in the sectional finals. For the visiting team, the Ramblers of Loyola Academy, who went to the match with a record of 36 wins and 2 losses. Please meet Coach Lionel Eveline, who has a record of 492 wins, 223 losses in his 19-year career. We begin with the alternating home and team total rosters. For St. Francis, number 5, Mateo Casimiro. For Loyola, number 1, Andre Rivera. St. Francis, number 6, Krish Manik. Loyola, number 2, Drew Bevan. St. Francis, number 8, Michael Powell. Loyola, number 11, Martin Gonzalez. St. Francis, number 9, Chris Rojas. From Loyola, number 22, Ryan Rickspoon. St. Francis, number 10, Peter Zigatovich. Loyola, number 24, Ryan Toomey. St. Francis, number 11, Hank Shadows. Loyola, 32, Kyle Hotness. St. Francis, 14, Owen Dirty. Loyola's number 33, Emmett Tom. St. Francis, 15, Chris Mola. Loyola Academy, number 49, Luke Mellis. And St. Francis starter, number 1, Nick Madden. Loyola, number 3, Enos Kins. St. Francis, number 2, Eddie Mueller. Loyola, number 5, Liam Uruba. St. Francis, 3, Gavin Gonzalez. Loyola's number 7, Benjamin Trapp. St. Francis, number 7, Kyle Zedeker. Loyola's number 8, Dean Salasico. St. Francis, number 12, Michael Lowe. Loyola's number 10, Jack Lopez. St. Francis, number 13, Eric Cook. Loyola's number 15, Nathan Chee. Libero St. Francis is 18, McCormick. And the local Loyola is number 17, Steph Kins. The 4 officials for this match are Dennis Bergstedt and Darnell Jones. Line judges for the match are Pat Doyle and Kristen Martin Fry. Nancy Nestor serves as the IHSA as the officials coordinator. Tonight's showing before our national anthem, we ask to remember and honor the men and women of the United United States Armed Forces serving throughout the world with a moment of silence.
Oh.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask now that you remain standing for the playing of our national anthem.
Starting lineups brought to you by NFHSnetwork.com. For Loyola, Nathan Shee, Jack Lopez, Dean Solicito, Benjamin Trapp, Aldous Kins, Liam Yoruba, and at libero it'll be Steph Kins. For St. Francis, Nick Madden, Gavin Gonzalez, Michael Globe, Kyle Zedeker, Eddie Moeller, Aaron Cook, and the libero will be J.T. McCormick. Should be a fun one, partner. You got Zedeker on the St. Francis end and Lopez on the Loyola end, and so many other role players that we're going to talk about throughout the broadcast.
Yeah, I feel like the two setters here are both just phenomenally good. St. Francis, I feel like, is a little bit more rounded team when it comes to the hitting. Loyola is heavy-handed with Lopez and Ariba. But both teams are very strong, and the fact that they split with each other earlier in the year and both times went to 3 games is pretty special. So I'm expecting a very, very tight match here. And then, of course, the match after this, one of these 4 teams is going to, well, 2 of these 4 teams, one from this match and one from that match, are going to face off tomorrow.
Yep, it would be the winner of this match plays the winner of our last quarterfinal match of the day between Lincoln Way West and York. The Spartans in the blue, Loyola Academy in the white, maroon, and gold.
Yeah, we finally got some jerseys with more contrast.
Last game was pretty contrast as well.
Well, the gray was their light uniform, right? So it was darker than the other team, Peyton's.
Yeah, the first match, uniforms. It was a little bit hard sometimes to see who the Glenbard West and who the Lyons Township players were unless you knew which team was on what side of the net. Spartans will start on our left side as you see it on the camera, and on the right will be Loyola. They'll switch, obviously, at the next set, but
I like the refs that they've had today so far. These refs are oftentimes found in doing college games, so it's not just your average, IHSA Fretch. These are terrific referees. Nancy Nestor, I guess, is the referee scheduler. He's done a terrific job getting the right referees for these games.
And the libero for St. Francis and J.T. McCormick. He kind of looks like a goalie in that outfit.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? He should be defending a soccer net.
Looks like a keeper, and he's going to try to keep St. Francis alive for a state championship.
Oh, no, we're in trouble. The game hasn't even started yet.
J.T. McCormick on the serve. Straight over the net. Loyola, not a good dig.
Yeah,
and
it's not a good
Francis
start.
Can set up their offense. Kill attempt. Block. No double hit. We play on. Straight over. Stays in play. Now an advantage. Loyola, kill. And it's done by Jack Lopez. What else is new? Partnering now has 433 kills on the season.
Yeah, but what's different was that was an overpass from the other team instead of from his own setter, Nathan Shee. But nonetheless, a kill. 6'5" with hops, but he's more intelligent when he plays. He hits it where they aren't.
Decent dig. Chance for St. Francis. And blocked well that time by Rivera. Loyola gets it over the net as it's dug by Mueller. Kill attempt and a good one by Madden. We're all tied at 1. Back and forth we go.
Yeah, I'd like to see Lopez, block middle on that. It looked like, from a mile away, it was a good pass. They're going to run middle, get there and help out the middle blocker and double block.
So on the serve for the Spartans will be Chris Rojas, the defensive setter. 5'11" senior, 7 aces on the season. Instead, the libero easily sets it, and a kill. It's awarded for Loyola's Dean Solicito. Just under 100 kills coming in this one with 98. There's so many players on this team that can get kills for the Ramblers.
Well, and that's the thing. Just enough to keep the defense honest so that Lopez can get the main bulk of the kills.
Liam Yoruba also has 213 kills coming into this one. Dug out well by the libero and McCormick, and maybe a lack of communication between back row to front row. Easy point for the Ramblers.
Yeah, I think Zedeker just put the ball behind the antenna. It was impossible to hit. They were running what we call as a long slide, a slide where they run all the way from the front left to the front right, and he just pushed that out past the antenna.
Lopez, wicked hard serve.
Yeah.
But answered greatly by St. Francis Kyle Zedeker. The all-doing player. He has over 100 digs, blocks, and kills coming into this one.
Yeah, and boy, did he get on top of that ball.
Is there such a thing as a 5-tool player in volleyball? If so, it would be Zedeker.
That would be correct.
Kill awarded Spartans Nick Madden. Partner, it might be one of those matches where the first set's 26-24, set two's 27-25.
I'm right there with you.
Here we go. Gavin Gonzalez, the outside hitter, his serve. Dug out easily by the Ramblers. Front row play, blocked by the Spartans. Set up to the right, blocked again. This time, the libero and Chi.
Oh, I don't like the tip. He had the single block.
Kill awarded Madden. JT McCormick and the rest of his teammates pumped up.
So the blocking from St. Francis kept him in the point, but Loyola covered those plays very, very well. Lopez is in the back row.
Gonzalez, as it's dug by Lopez, then Chi to the front row. Back row played by St. Francis. Zedeker to the front row, and they just get it over the net. It was off the hands of Kin, and just straight over the net from McCormick. The other libero from Loyola, and couldn't take it out. Point awarded, Ramblers. Back and forth we go again.
Yeah, at the risk of being a brokered record on Lopez, that was a 10 ball from the pipe in the back row, and boy, did he crank it. You can see why he got 432 kills more than the other hitters, because he hit so well from the back row as well.
Steph Kins, the righty serve, straight over, set up to the front row, blocked, live ball, no longer live. Point Loyola.
Ariba did a great job getting out there and doubling up on that block. So it was a tough hit to make. It was a perfect set. Can't ask for much more. Good hit, good set, also a good block.
Kins on the serve.
Overpass.
Oh boy, almost a double hit. They get it over the net. McCormick says, get out of the way, my ball. Spike attempt, and it's a good one. Eddie Mueller, kill, 5-5.
Yeah, on that overpass, Ariba looked like he was going to hit it, but it carried past further the net than he thought that he wanted to, and of course he spooked the libero a little bit. It was good that libero stayed with it and at least got the ball up, but they still lost the point on that kind of mishandle.
Madden on the serve, straight over the net. It was played by Kins. Second hit, now the third one. Over the net, as it was by Mueller. On the Loyola end, Chi on the set, and then over to St. Francis. Madden to the front row. Last touch by Mueller, now on Loyola's end. Set up well to Rivera. Point awarded. Rivera kill. And,
Benjamin Trapp got the kill, but two swings from Ariba in the middle, and he did a great job. I didn't normally see him hit it that hard when I saw him in Vernon Hills, but those are two smashes, and they were well defended from St. Francis.
Benjamin Trapp on the serve. Over to the front row, Zedeker setting it up well. Kill awarded, Eddie Mueller. 6-6. Could this go to 30-28?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of tips, but he's been hitting so hard the whole day, and the setter was back deep on the right side. I'm sorry, the DS was back deep on the right side, and he was able to tip it in front.
So many seniors on this St. Francis team. Over to the front row, blocked. He's just able at the last second to get both hands together for the bump. Now on Loyola's end, can't take it out. McCormick just a little bit late. Point awarded Loyola. Here comes the substitution on the rotation.
Yeah, Ryan Rickspoon is key here. He doesn't get a whole lot of the bulk of the sets. It's Reba usually in the front row, and of course Lopez was there. He got that kill. So he needs to enter the match with a few. He's kind of a key to this match. He needs to enter the match and get some kills to balance out the offense for Loyola.
Straight over the net. As it's Zedeker with the setup. And the set up over to Cook. Point, St. Francis. This might be the match of the day.
Well, we've seen ties at 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and now 7s.
Wow. If you want a 25-0 shutout, this was not the match for you.
No. What a great serve, an ace. You can't put that, you couldn't walk into that corner better and put the ball into the corner in a better spot than that serve.
The Greg Maddox of volleyball, right on the black. Served over the net. Kill! And it's by Peter. Sorry, Jack Lopez.
Yeah, that was a set all the way from the back row, set kind of in the middle of the court. He just went up and wailed on it essentially as hard as he could, and it's hard to dig. Now, he started in the front right position, right? So he's gone through the back so far. So it's 8-8, now he's in the front. So the question is, can Loyola score a lot of points while he's in the front in limited time in the front?
Lefty serve from Gonzalez straight over the net. His last touch by Cook, it hit the net. Where did it land? It landed in play, point, St. Francis.
Yeah, got tooled on that play. And then, of course, St. Francis, the key to their game is to get Lopez into the back row.
Here comes McCormick on the serve. Bumped. Then over to the front row. Lopez is blocked beautifully by Globe. Lopez again. It hit the line judge. Point. St. Francis. 10-8. Largest lead of the day.
That's huge. Every time Loyola makes a mistake, right? Every little bit matters. 10-8, 2 points.
McCormick. His serve, bad. Taking the serve will be Chi. The 6-foot even setter gets it over the net. Live ball. Spiked over, kill. What a beautiful play by Gavin Gonzalez.
That's a case where the net is your friend. You hit the ball as hard as you can into the net, comes out far, and they made a great play. Who expected that hit to go along the sideline right there?
That's why you just got to keep your hands out ready to go at all times. You don't know what's going to happen in a volleyball match.
Oh, that's so true. You cannot fall asleep on defense.
Chi. He's just a beautiful setup person for his teammates.
Yeah, he's a terrific setter. Nice back set. Lopez cranked on it.
So taking a seat will be Kins.
So St. Francis survived. Lopez across the front and has a 1-point lead. This bodes well for St. Francis at the moment.
Give you live stats in a second, how Lopez and Zedeker are doing. McCormick.
Now they should get a free ball here. Make them pay.
Got to get the setup you want, though. That's the guy to do it in Chi. McCormick. It was a good attempt by McCormick, but just a lot of heat on that spike.
We like that name, Solicito. Great hit. That's what you do on a free ball. You execute as well as you can, run the middle, move a hitter around.
So far, Benjamin Trapp and Lopez with 3 kills each. 11-11 match. Point, St. Francis.
Now that's got to be the libero back left or the setter back right. They've got to be able to see that dump happening. And we talked about this earlier, right? Zedeker likes to get a lot of kills, so you're going to see a lot of dumps. They need to be alert to that.
Serve coming up for St. Francis. It'll be Gonzalez. But ready for was Lopez to the front row. Blocked, live ball still. Another try off the top of the net. Did he touch the net?
Wow, they're saying he did.
I think that's the right call.
So he followed through on the swing into the net. 12-12.
It'll be the libero and Steph Kins. Straight up. Then over to the front row. That goes straight up in the air. Now to Chi. Set up well, and the finish, Liam Yoruba. Well, whoever wins this match, I think Loyola has the advantage in terms of style. Look at these long white socks. Goes along with the shorts. Straight up in the air, nice serve. Oh.
There we go. That's another one of his 157 kills, how it happens.
So what did they call there? Because I thought the ball went on St. Francis end. Did they say that Loyola touched the net?
Oh, no, it went over the net and got blocked into the net from the Loyola blocker. So he found that gap between the block and the net. 13-13 score. What a first set. And obviously a good hitter. So when he passes the first one, what he does, passes it kind of in the middle of the court. The back left player comes up, and then a lot of coaches don't like it when the setters get set on the third ball, but obviously he's a good hitter. So set him right back.
Madden. This was set up from Loyola. Now to the front row, Zedeker. Played by Rojas. Now over to Mueller. And Stefkins just couldn't dig it out. 15-13 lead. What kind of adjustments will Loyola do on the fly here?
Well, right now I don't think I'd panic or do anything different. Pass as well as you can. Find your hitters. Ariba got blocked last time.
Oh, big time group effort on the block as joining Zedeker was Aaron Cook. Timeout, Loyola.
That was a good time to call timeout. The game has been tied so many times, just a 1-point lead, whatever. Right now they got a 3-point lead after a block. Sometimes when you get blocked, it messes with your mind. So take a nice health break for 30 seconds, a minute, whatever it takes. Get your mind back in the game. Maybe take your mind off the game.
You are watching live coverage of the IHSA Boys Volleyball Championships on the NFHS Network. NFHSNetwork.com/IHSA is your destination for the most comprehensive coverage of Illinois high school playoff action. High school sports fans, never miss another game. Become a subscriber to the NFHS Network to watch live event coverage, game replays, and highlights from high school sporting events from across the country. Millions of athletes, thousands of games, one destination, NFHSNetwork.com. We are high school.
So I'm thinking game 2, they're down 3. I'm wondering if Loyola could rotate a couple of times when they begin the game. They start in typical spots, setters back right, Lopez is front right, and Uriba's back middle. And I'm wondering if they rotate back a couple of spots and let Lopez start front left, if they can milk a couple of extra points out of it.
Zedeker has been fabulous thus far. 4 kills, 6 times on the attack, just 1 error. Meanwhile, over to the front row. In play, kill, Loyola.
Boy, what an alert setter that was, right? The ball hit the net, was rolling over. One-handed dig, got it up to someone who could set it and got the kill.
As taking the serve will be Benjamin Trapp. Over the net and try to get the kill. Good effort, but even better effort that time by Zedeker as Stefkins with the dig, but he got it straight over the net, allowing Zedeker to finish the play.
What an athlete, 6'5", good reach, good hop, smart.
17-14.
That goes in the scorebook as a kill with no assist. So that's how all those hits, all those kills happen.
It's a nice serve, though. It was a quarter of an inch away from touching the white.
Right.
When you're up by 3, you can be advantageous and aggressive like that.
Well, and that's how you got to win at higher levels. You got to be aggressive. Sometimes it's not going to work, right? But if you're not aggressive, it just comes right back down your throat.
Straight up to his libero. And now a chance for St. Francis. Block, live ball. Just stood up there what seemed like forever. Over the net. And they're going to have to talk this one over.
Yeah, it looked to me like Zedeker hit it off the block and out of bounds. I believe it should be St. Francis's ball, but let's see what they call. Opposite of what I thought.
Yeah, it looked like it was touched by St. Francis last and then went out of bounds.
Well, that's what the refs called.
That's such a big call.
You have to replay that one. I actually thought Zedeker had it first, but he's so tall, maybe he did hit it first.
Aldous Kins. Oh, look at that dig. All-out effort by Zedeker. Now to the front row. Chi to the right side. Lopez.
Out of bounds.
Was he out of control that time, Bob?
No, it was a tight set, tight, low, quick set. But that's okay. He can handle that, and he just got maybe 2 past it. That's why it went to his left.
First 1 to 20 might win this one.
I think he got excited to be able to hit that ball. It was a perfect spot.
Inbounds.
They're calling that in.
Kill awarded Loyola. What do you do on defense to make sure your back row is not exposed like that?
You really have to focus on double blocking. It happens so quick, too. You're almost in home base position, so the back middle just has to kind of read which direction to go.
The lefty serve from Gonzalez now to the front row. As it was last touched by Gonzalez over to Loyola's end, Chi was there to block.
Oh, it's too easy.
Dug out well. Chi over to Lopez, off the net. We go back and forth again. Chi set over, touched the net, and then back over to McCormick. Now to the front row, touched by Loyola. Nice play by McCormick. Now to the front row. They'll try it again. Dug out, but couldn't finish the dig by Gonzalez. Point, St. Francis, and a killer if you're a Rambler fan.
Yeah, there was a hit in the middle of that rally that you might have thought was 4 hits, but the referee, I think, accurately called it where it hit the top of the tape and the blocker and came back, so he didn't end the rally short. Good call by the refs, but 19-17 St. Francis.
Straight over by McCormick, getting in the way of Libero to dig it out instead of Kins. Last touch by Zedeker. He couldn't finish that dig. Hard to dig that ball out, though, partner. It was at chest level, and that was a hard line drive on the spike.
Right, now Lopez is in the front right, so it's starting to run out of rotations late in this game with a 19-18 lead. So the question is, will he go back to the back and rotate up to the front when it's like 25 all? Or will St. Francis win while he rotates to the back?
So what do you want to say on that one? Excellent offense by Loyola, not great defense by St. Francis.
Right, not great defense by St. Francis. That was an overpass, and you think you've overpassed it, Lopez, you've had it. And he buried it. 19 all?
Chi. Good server, Chi, too.
Yes. And consistent. So now you're going to get a down ball, go back to Lopez and make a 20-19 lead.
The Libero and Kins to Lopez. Another over the net ball. Easy for Loyola to set up its offense. Kill! Man, is Lopez good.
Well, they keep going to him, and that's all they do. When Lopez is in the front, that's all they do. Uriba's off the court right now, so it's almost like everybody in the gym knows it's going to go to Lopez, even if it's 3, 4, 5 times in a row. But what I like about Lopez, he never hits it out. And every time he hits it, it causes some drama on St. Francis. So if they don't make a perfect pass and can turn over a middle hit or something like that, Loyola, excellent defensive team, get the ball to the setter, and Lopez gets another crack at it. So that time it took him 3 tries to get the point, but he got the point. And it was nice controlled cross-court deep hit.
Today's game's also available for all subscribers via the NFHS Network live mobile application for Apple and Android devices. Download the app from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store today to start watching live games wherever you are. Today's event is available to download. Just click the digital copy button under the event video player to download a digital copy of the event right to your computer.
So the official cameraman just came up and sat next to us, with his cameras. I didn't know they made lenses that big.
2019 score. If you're just joining us, shame on you. You should have been here from the opening serve. It's just been absolutely fabulous. 20-19. This could go to 35-33.
Well, these serves are huge, right, with Lopez in the front row, because once he rotates, one more, he's in the back. That's
over
4
the net.
hits.
Yeah. If it wasn't 4 hits, it looked like St. Francis might have touched the net anyways.
Well, the middle hitter hit it, hit it, right, tapped it, and of course then it's over, and then the outside hitter, of course, hit it the 4th time. But 21-19 now. Every point matters in this rotation. Lopez is not going to be able to rotate through the back row and get to the front, so you need to win it soon.
Chi. Lopez, too good. What do you do to stop this kid?
You have to camp 14 blockers on him and hope he can't hit it around the block to get it to your diggers. No, for real, just double block him at all times and make sure you're sound on your block. Penetrate. You don't leave a gap between you and the net.
That time.
See another back row attack. That's not going to work. Go back to Lopez.
From Chi to Lopez. What else is new? We do the player of the game brought to you by Uber Teen Accounts. Early on in this one, it's clearly Jack Lopez.
Well, yeah, right. And we don't know that St. Francis isn't going to win yet. Lopez is doing great. But, you feel like if Loyola wins, of course it's Lopez. But at the same time, it's Chi. He's a smart setter. He keeps going back to him. A lot of setters are like, okay, you've had enough kills. Even if I'm in the state championship or national championship game, time for me to set somebody else, not Chi. He keeps going back to Lopez. And the sets are fast enough where the blocker can't really get set up as much as they would like. Now, it's pretty obvious that if St. Francis wins, if they win, it's going to be because Zedeker, is a tremendous setter. So it's kind of between, Zedeker and Lopez if you're looking at players of the game already.
Benjamin Trapp, 4 of 7 with a .571 percentage. Right now, Jack Lopez, 8 kills, 2 errors, 14 times on attack.
Now, Loyola was behind 19-17, and now it's 23-19. So I got to do that math, 6 points in a row in this rotation with Lopez on the front right. Remember I was talking about maybe rotating back a couple of times to get Lopez in the front. Well, what they have is a very favorable matchup that nobody can block him.
Chi. That's his serve. That's live. Ace, Chi.
Now going on the limb here, they've got 24 points, Lopez's front right. So even if they lose this point, they still have Lopez for the one side out they need. You're not going to stop Lopez 4 times in a row in serve receive from the right side. So Loyola basically has this game won.
Chi just barely went out of bounds.
Yeah, and I think he knew it. That's why he put a little bit more oomph on the serve, thinking I can get an ace here and win it that way. But if I don't get the ace, all we got to do is pass one up, and I've got, 4 swings with Lopez to win the game. All these sets are going to go 9-ball here. He might do one, to the middle or something like that just to keep the defense honest. But defense needs to follow Lopez.
Chi. Lopez again. That time the block.
Now he went to the right side.
And that's stay in bounds, it did.
Yeah, I was surprised Lopez stayed right. I would have thought he would have gone to the left side. So Lopez hit one from the middle, got blocked, and then went to the right. I think I would just run a 9-ball to him right now.
Straight over the net. Kins was on the dig, blocked. Oh, nice dig. Straight over the net.
Yep.
Can't finish the play. And the Ramblers finish off the Spartans. What a match that was, but just too much. Jack Lopez, 8 kills in that first set.
Oh, he was terrific. At the same time, I felt like it was a chess match. St. Francis has to get the side outs, whatever they got to do to get the side outs, to get Lopez into the back. Of course, he's dangerous from there as well. And then they got to somehow slow down Lopez and get your own points along the way.
Look, that 37-2 record
It's real.
But at the same time, one of those 2 losses was to St. Francis.
Yeah, good call on that, right.
So St. Francis knows, look, they've only lost twice, but one of them was to us. We got to find a way to win these next 2 sets to advance to the semifinals.
Right, and we have the schedule in front of us, too, on who they played. Probably not enough time before they serve. But Loyola has not played a cushy schedule either. They have played a tough schedule the whole entire year.
No matter what,
they're prepared for this moment.
No matter what sport, the Chicago Catholic League is just grueling.
Well, now, see, you don't want to get me started on the fact that they can recruit from outside their region, right? I don't like that much. But nonetheless, they are obviously an excellent team wherever the players have come from. But what you do start to wonder is, should that person be at Fremd? Should that be at Prospect? Where are these players?
That's a long drive from Palatine to Wilmette.
Well, to go to Loyola, people do drive a long way. I had somebody all the way out here in Hoffman Estates as a female volleyball player, right? She drove all the way from Hoffman Estates all the way to Loyola.
Well, here we go, Nathan Chi. If Loyola wins this set, they're going to the semis. If they lose, the third deciding set. That's in play. And over to the front, easy kill. And that's something that St. Francis struggled in the first set, and they're continuing to do in this one.
Well, and that's why Chi serves it so hard, right? He's hoping for that pass where they misjudge the speed of the ball, and their arms are just hanging down a little too low, and it's therefore an overpass. On serve receive, you got to keep your arms more parallel to the ground.
McCormick.
Just like that.
And over Gonzalez, as it was touched by Solicito. Couldn't finish the play. Nearest to it was Chi, as was Trapp. Point awarded St. Francis. Substitution coming into the Spartans. It'll be Chris Rojas for Peter Zugtovitz. As Chris Rojas, the 5'11 senior, will serve. Straight over the net. As calling for it, the libero and Kins over the net. Straight up on the set. Another set. Now the potential kill, and it goes out of bounds. Point awarded for Loyola. Frustration on the head, and given Gonzalez, you could see it on the facial expressions. Yeah,
he got in too early on the approach. The set was higher than expected, got in too early, it was behind his head, and he decided to throw it out of bounds as opposed to hit it. Needs to wait, and then take your approach.
Ryan Rickspoon into the match now for Loyola. St. Francis.
Those tips are not going to get it done.
Partially blocked. Last touch by the Spartans. Point Loyola. This one gets to a 5-1 or better lead for Loyola. St. Francis is hurting.
Well, yeah, any lead.
Especially when you're down 4 or more.
Well, the good thing from St. Francis' perspective is Lopez is in the back row, but hasn't done any damage yet this game. Perfect pass. Don't serve him anymore.
Oh, my goodness. What a play by Trapp. You know, it looked like St. Francis was going to win that first set. And then after that timeout, when it was 16-13 St. Francis, it's been all Loyola since then.
Yeah, Trapp's a good right side blocker for sure. Another perfect pass.
Oh, my goodness.
They were ready for that.
Off the bench, Rick Spoon.
Now that's the benefit of the scouting report and the benefit of the fact that they played each other earlier in the year. They knew that was coming.
Timeout. The coaching staff for St. Francis. What do you think they're going to talk about in this timeout?
You know, just relax, calm down, play our game. I don't think they're going to say do anything different. They're not going to make an additional adjustment in this timeout. The serves are really good serves, but McCormick has hit perfect passes. He's been passing nails to the setter. Maybe a tad type. I think they do that on purpose when they can because they know that Zedeker can do something near the net. They just got to calm down, relax, play their game, pass the ball, get it out. Now, Gonzalez had a little bit of bad luck. Blocked a couple of times. Probably shouldn't have been tipping. Probably should have hit. Maybe St. Francis is going to say, you know, if you can, run the middle, run the middle.
This is a St. Francis team. It's a very small school, Bob. Just 685 enrollment compared to 1985 for Loyola.
Well, they get their players from all over.
And St. Francis, I guess they have higher standards. You know, no soup for you most of the time when it comes to their enrollment. No, I'm just kidding. But 5-1 score for Loyola. And we'll see what Mike Lynch called out of that timeout. Try to readjust his players.
Well, that's a point for the coach. When you call a timeout and you miss the serve afterwards.
You ice the server.
Yeah, every now and then you have a player. Hey, good timeout, coach. All right, they got 3 rotations to get some points while Lopez is in the back row.
It's just so tough to defend Trapp right now.
Trapp's a good hitter and a good blocker. He is 6'4".
Right now for Loyola, Trapp with 4 kills. Lopez, as you would expect, now make it 5 kills now for Trapp. 8 for Lopez, 6-2 lead. Kins on the serve, over to St. Francis end. McCormick on the set, another set, tapped over the net by Madden, now to the front row. Chi, chance for Loyola, but dug out well by McCormick. Now to the front, no. Mueller over the net, point awarded St. Francis.
Another tip, another great defensive play, though, by Steph Kins, libero.
Zedeker, he's got 5 kills, but the percentage is under 300. Back row play. Going after it is Chi. They'll just have to get it over the net. They do. Dug out well by St. Francis. Zedeker to his teammate Mueller. Chi, nice dig.
That was.
Over to the front row. Rick Spoon off the bench, and that's dug out well by Gonzalez to the front row. Chance, point awarded, and the kill. Eddie Mueller.
Yeah, Rick Spoon did what he could. He was double blocked, maybe trap set, just put the ball over the block in play, don't lose the point, and of course they lost the point.
Over the net. Ooh, just barely. Chi, right side, partially blocked. Now at the net, tapped over, and nice play by Kins to the back rows, off Gonzalez to the front row. Chance, Mueller. No chance for Chi. Mueller with a nice answer.
Yeah, I think there were about 3 or 4 times on that rally where I thought players were in the net, including that last swing. I think he followed through and raked the net, so no calls at the net right now.
Over the net, Lopez. That time, kill. And it's awarded for Liam Yoruba.
Oh, wasn't that Rick Spoon? 22?
22, yeah. I think they, well.
Anyway, whatever. Loyola got that really good kill.
Yeah, killed by Yoruba.
All right.
I was right. You're trying to have me second guess myself.
I am.
Rick Spoon, nice dig.
Oh, they're going to call a double hit on that.
I don't know about that call.
I agree. I let it go.
You had one job, ref, and you blew it.
He's a good ref, though, so if he calls it, it happened.
But he's not great, so he can make those.
No, he actually is a pretty great referee. No kidding. I forget his last name. Dennis is his first name.
Remember, it's never the player's fault. It's always the ref's fault if you lose.
Yeah, whenever you see him going up, you know you're going to get a good, well-refed game. And if there is a mistake made, it's not going to be many. And in all probability, it's going to be a judgment call like that.
8-6. I mean, St. Francis, nice adjustments off the timeout by Mike Lynch.
I think this is the younger Kins serving, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Front row play. You know, partner, I think he should have let that one go. It looked like it was going to go out of bounds.
A lot of times it gets hit flat like that where there's no top spin, and if you get out of the way, it would have gone out. Sometimes, though, when the ball's coming at you and fast, you don't think in terms of it's out. You think, how can I dig it?
And that's the advantage. When you're up by 2 or more points, you can take that chance to see if it's going to go out of bounds.
Boom.
I want to reference the famous video, but I also don't at the same time. You know what I'm referencing? Boom goes the dynamite.
Oh, no, I love that. When you first told me about that.
It's, yeah, he had a tough day as a sports anchor that night. Left-handed serve over the front row. Look at that play, and it's set up well to Aaron Cook. They might need to consider giving the ball to him more, partner. He's 3 of 3 right now.
Well, you need the pass team to do that, but you couldn't agree more. And they do have good – they can spread the ball out to different hitters and be successful. So if somebody's hot and somebody's not, go to that hot player more. And there's another missed serve.
Can't do that if you're going to win this second set. The other problem is, partner, even if you win this third set, the amount of energy it's taking St. Francis to come back, Loyola might not be exerting as much energy, so they might be more fresh for a third set if it gets to that point. Chi, Lopez. At this point, just get out of the way because Jack Lopez is the truck in your life.
Well, and if you get a good pass, and Loyola had one, you have to stay in the middle because there is a threat of a middle attack. But I think I'd be tempted to say I'd rather have Loyola's middle hit against no block than Lopez on one block. So give up on the middle and get outside. Change up.
It was close. But I think Chi had to touch it regardless because I think it was touched before it got to Chi's hands.
St. Francis made a terrific play. That ball is going over the net. Loyola's ready to do something with it, and then Zedeker reached up a big paw and set one of the hitters. Just a terrific play. He's all the athleticism in the world for Zedeker.
Lopez right now 10 of 18, leading the way for St. Francis. Mueller 6 of 13. Meanwhile, can't get the dig. Chris Rojas on the attempt. Kill. Taking the serve will be Lopez.
Sausalito, boy, did he kill that. I mean, that's a crater on the other side of the court.
Sausalito now, he's 5 of 9. Even the serves from Lopez are very fast. Good answer by St. Francis.
Yeah, I like that play from the back row, and they aimed it at the setter. You always want to aim your shots at the setter in the back because then that takes the setter out of the offense, and I think we caught Nathan Chi cheating up on that one.
It'll be Gavin Gonzalez, but service error.
Another one.
Rotations. Back into the match, Liam Yoruba.
Yeah, you got to pay attention. Where's Lopez? It looks like he's back middle. So 2 more rotations, he's in the front. Perfect set.
Row. Was that in bounds, though? It was.
That's Zedeker. He's got magic hands.
Not much you can do when you're on that white line like that. You just hope it doesn't go out of bounds.
Well, you're hoping that the block can stop the hit, yeah, but what a perfect set.
Played over the front row.
That's out.
Was it touched before it went out? It wasn't.
If it was, nobody's calling it.
I don't think it was touched.
I don't either.
Just harder than you think it is to be a ref because there's so many people going to the front of the net. So that was touched.
Blocked.
Point. St. Francis.
That block is huge. It's so often when you're behind the whole, it's a good time for a timeout. When you're behind the whole game and you pull within 1 point, that seems like it's always that point that you don't get. So that block got that point. So it's huge that St. Francis finally tied the game up. They've been behind by 1, 2, or 3 points the whole entire time during this set. So Loyola picked the right time to call timeout after that tie score.
Yeah, it's called by Lionel Ebeling. Winner advances to the semis. Loser, their season's over. We don't have consolation 5th place games.
Right.
We do have a 3rd place game tomorrow, so if you advance to tomorrow, you either play in the 3rd place game or the championship game.
If I'm a player, that's my favorite day of the year, right? Well, obviously state championship, but you get to play 2 matches. For once, you don't go somewhere and you play 1 match and you go home. You actually get to play twice. And I don't think you do run out of energy, not in volleyball so much. There's less running, let's say, than there is in basketball, so you don't get winded as easily. And these guys are young, so playing a game in the morning and then in the afternoon, that's no problem.
Late afternoon will be the starts of the 3rd place and championship matches. Chi, Yoruba, rinse, lather, repeat. Whether it's Lopez or Yoruba, once it gets to their right hand, it's game over.
Yeah, he's hitting a lot harder today than what I remember at Vernon Hills, and boy, he's crushing the cover off that ball.
St. Francis has their work cut out for him. Over the net, that's in play. Kill, awarded, Spartans, Zedeker again.
Now the libero has the responsibility to go up towards the net when you see a setter like that tipping. So back middle has to read where that ball is going to go and get to it. He should have enough time. There should be no way that somebody at the net can throw a ball into the corner where back middle can't get to it.
Tied at 14. That's out of play.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was an odd set. I thought Nathan Chi threw the ball a little bit outside the wheelhouse for Aruba, and of course he tried to reach it and swung a little too hard, and there it goes into the bench.
St. Francis Kyle Zedeker will take the serve.
But a huge momentum shift for St. Francis here.
To the front of that, Chi, Yoruba, but Spartans led by Cook. Man, has Cook been huge. It's not just the star players. If you want to win a state championship, Bob, it's your role players that got to contribute.
Well, yes, absolutely. It's not just your stars, right? I'm looking at it from Loyola's perspective now. They've been winning this whole game. Then that block happened at 13-13. Now a hit went out and another block at 16-14 St. Francis. So this is all this damage is happening while Lopez is in the back. What you got to remember, though, is when they rotate a couple of more times, St. Francis is going to have to do everything they can, not to do anything silly or stupid, to get Lopez back into the back row. That's their game plan. That's the chess match behind this.
So Mueller, his percentage at .467. Madden, 500, but just 3 of 6, so a smaller sample size. Zedeker, 6 of 12 and 3 errors. Cooks, 3 of 3. Who do you want to give the ball to for St. Francis to force a third and deciding set?
Well, to me, I'm like wherever the pass takes you. So I preach to setters, take the easy set. So wherever the pass goes, that kind of dictates what you want to do with the ball. Now, if you have a perfect pass, you can choose. You get to pick where you want to go with it. And Zedeker is good offensively too. You have to think of that as part of your offensive option. Although right now he's serving, so he's got to set to one of the 3 hitters. But I think in general, I'd go outside with it.
Chi, Rick Spoon, but read well by Zedeker. What's the call here? Point awarded Loyola.
Somebody was in the net. I'd like to see a replay of that.
Big call because St. Francis was threatening to go up 17-14.
Yeah, the problem is we didn't see it. So, again, you have to say it probably happened. Just we didn't see it.
Aldous Kins, 16-15. Good job by McCormick. Zedeker, that's in play. Point awarded, Eddie Mueller.
Boy, what a great right side kill that was. The set wasn't all the way out to the antenna. He had to move in, get that left foot forward, get the shoulders around to still hit down the line.
Set up to the front, Chi, Yoruba.
Oh, don't tip.
Did he touch the net? He did.
I confess, I didn't see that net either.
And you got your glasses on, too.
I do. Maybe that's the problem. I should take them off.
Maybe you need to go to LensCrafters instead of Warby Parker. Over to the front row. Lopez, that time they have an answer for him.
It's up, yeah.
Over the net, it touched the net. Point awarded, St. Francis. That's a tough call, partner. It goes off the top of the net, and then it landed on St. Francis end at the finality of it, but did it originally hit the Loyola end?
That's exactly right, and trust me, we have arguments about that sometimes. Because the question is, did the ball push the net into the blocker, which caused it to take a right turn, or did it hit the top of the net and the block, and that's what caused it to take the right turn? And sometimes high-def replay is the only way you'll know.
Because it looked like it hit the top of the net, but no Loyola player touched it.
That is what it looked like.
They want a double hit, but a block is not a double hit.
Well, this is a good ref. He's not going to call ticky-tack double hits.
Right.
Boom.
Oh, my goodness. Partner, that was such a line drive spike. It forced the guy trying to dig it out in Eddie Mueller to just fall down on his butt.
That's Chi's setting. He put the ball quickly out by the antenna, outside the block, right, to Lopez, where he could crank it down the line like that. I mean, that's all Chi's setting.
Tapped
Don't tip.
over.
Oh, it came back over. Keep it on your side.
McCormick over the net. Last touch by Loyola. Chi says, my bad.
Well, he got tooled. It really wasn't as bad. Not much you can do. It was a very smart hit on the outside. You want to tool the block, touches Chi on the way out of bounds, and nobody else can dig it. 2017, a three-point lead. You can risk that a little bit when you're in the lead, but that's how you got to beat good teams. Tool their blockers.
McCormick, Kins, Chi, Lopez. Is it in play? It is.
So we're about at the same point in the game now as we were last time. Lopez is front right. We got Chi serving, but they got like 6 points in a row or whatever it was last game. Let's see if they can do that here, or if St. Francis can get out of this rotation.
Chi will serve. This game's far from over. Just a wicked hard serve.
Great serve.
Over the net. Great job. It's played.
Out.
A trap out of bounds. 2019, here comes Chi again.
Yeah, Lopez is front right. One more rotation, he goes to the back. Well, it should be at least a free ball. Now this is going outside. Everybody in the gym knows it. Get your blockers out there.
See, that was interesting. Okay, they changed their mind. Okay. See, I saw both hands go to the left and okay. See, he pointed his hand towards St. Francis like it went off the net, and it was an error off Lopez. But then he changed his mind and gave the point to Loyola.
Well, he just tooled the block. He destroyed the block. There's a tip.
Oh my goodness!
Uh-oh.
The creativity, Bob.
Well, that tip is huge, right? Those tips should get dug for one. But 20-20. Now it's 21-20. But the important thing is Lopez will get one more swing from the front, and then he's in the back.
Imagine if volleyball you only allowed 2 hits over the net instead of 3.
Right. Probably be just as exciting in its own way.
Over the net. Kins.
Oh,
no, they're not ready for it. Now they just have to get it over.
That's a free ball. That should be deadly. They did that high on purpose, and then they got a free ball back.
Chi. Kill awarded for Dean Solicito.
So that free ball by St. Francis, he put the ball on top of the net on purpose, right, so that Zedeker could do something with it. Zedeker reached over the net to set it back to his own team, thinking that was a better play than dunking it. Anyway, we're at 21-21.
Back and forth we go. To the front row. Tapped over the net. Loyola trying to answer. Chi as Trapp got it over. Zedeker. It's still alive. Is this 4 hits? It isn't.
No. This is good.
Chi. Kill awarded. Loyola. St. Francis did everything they could, but Loyola was the better team on that rally score.
Well, they had a great block at the right time. Obviously, they've seen enough Zedeker on that second ball over, right? So on that play, they're penetrating with the middle blocker to prevent that from happening. The downside of it is if Zedeker then spins a little bit and gets the ball to the outside, it's a one-on-one. But I think I might rather go one-on-one with St. Francis's outsides than not block Zedeker in the middle on that. Anyway, Loyola has a 1-point lead. Lopez is in the back and serving. So if it gets to, let's say 24, I think if I'm Chi, I set Lopez out of the pipe in the back row.
Don't go anywhere. We will announce the player of the game, brought to you by Uber Teen Accounts. 22-21 lead for Loyola.
Yeah, that's going to be hard to choose if Loyola wins.
Sarcasm.
Did the little red light go bing?
You know how, like, in the olden days when you had radio shows, it would say live and applause?
Yeah.
For you, there should be like a little red bar over your head that says sarcasm. 3 exclamation points.
All right, 22-21. These serves are big. Now, last time he served after a timeout, and we remember he missed it. So he's got to take a little bit off on this. Now, I would try to serve zone 1, which is near us, on the near side. I think he'll go right down the middle to the libero, though. Nope. Yep. Okay.
McCormick trying to avoid the free ball. What a nice dig by Lopez.
That's huge. Don't give away Loyola points.
Live ball.
Yep, let him hit it again.
Solicito was on that.
That's
back
okay.
Over the front
go right
row.
back to him. No, don't do that.
Chi, trap, blocked, live ball. Calling for it, the libero and McCormick to the front row. Zedeker over the net. Touched by Loyola. Point awarded St. Francis.
Now, that was a great play by Zedeker. He two-hand set the ball into the block, purposely off the block to out of bounds. The only way to stop that would be truly penetrate on the block, and it's hard to do that. Zedeker is so tall and smart.
Getting in the way of Lopez.
Uh-oh.
And over to the front row, over the net, tapped over. Is it in play?
Oh, it's out.
I don't know, Bob. I think it hit the white. Just barely, but I think it touched the white. What a break for Loyola. I mean, she's got a much better angle than I do.
Well, and this is a very good rotation for Loyola. Kins is a terrific server, and you got Uribe back in the front row.
Front row play. Mueller, what a block. Free ball, though. Chance.
Oop.
Played well by Trapp. McCormick to the front row. Zedeker setting it up. Mueller over the net. Kill awarded Spartans.
We've seen that before. So St. Francis down 0-1, 23 all. They have to win these next 2 points or win this game by 2 points to get to a third game. Where's Lopez? Back middle.
Mueller with 9 kills, leading the Spartans. 14 for Lopez and the Ramblers. Over the net. Kins, nice play. Chi to Trapp.
Out. Now that was a big miss. Some subs. Oh, here we go.
Well, Rick Spoon's been pretty good.
Yeah, but they're putting him into pass.
Coming out is Drew Bevan.
I think the coach might have done that to slow the game down.
Nick Madden on the serve.
Don't serve the libero.
Kins, Chi, Yoruba. Oh, nice play. Over to the front row. Kill! Spartans, we're going to a third set. Eddie Mueller finishes it. Loyola, you can see the facial expressions, how frustrated they are. And Bob, it looked like Loyola had this one in the bag.
Well, in the bag, I don't know if I'd go that far. I mean, they were ahead early, and then St. Francis caught up. St. Francis was pretty much in the lead the rest of the second half of the game, but we had ties at 20 at 21, 22, 23. I mean, it was just a close game. But what won the game for St. Francis were those couple of tips on the left side. I'm not a fan of tipping. I think Loyola should see that coming and cover it.
Well, we'll find out. If Loyola's moving on to the semis, it's going to be because of Jack Lopez. Meanwhile, for St. Francis, it's been an entire team game. You've got Mueller with 9 kills, 8 for Zedeker. Aaron Cook, the percentage is great, 3 of 4, 750. Nick Madden, 4 kills as well, and 6 kills for Gavin Gonzalez. We're going to take a 1-minute break, the third and deciding set here on NFHS Network. Back to the action at beautiful Hoffman Estates High School. Kyle Smith alongside Bob Vilsoet. What a great song. This is a flashback to the 90s with the Macarena, and it was sung famously by Los Del Rio.
I would not have guessed that, and I certainly didn't remember that.
You know, as much as I love the YMCA, at baseball games, let's bring back the Macarena a little bit more. A little bit less YMCA, a little bit more Macarena.
Well, I never liked the YMCA.
Meanwhile,
Village people.
I sure do like this match, though. We're in the third deciding set. The way this match is going, this could be 27-25 before it's said and done.
So it looks like Loyola backed up one, so Lopez is back middle. I'd like to see him starting even back further, back left, back front left, or maybe even back left. Let him go across the front sooner. I realize the blocking assignments would then be different, etc. Then the other good hitter at Loyola is Aruba, and he's back right. Of course, he comes out for the libero right now, so it takes him 3 rotations to get up to the front. So they need to get some kills from Solicito and, of course, Lopez. But I'd like to see Lopez start more back in the rotation so he can cross the front more. On the St. Francis side, Zedeker has just been absolutely terrific. He's smart when he makes the sets. He's the one player that Loyola really can't stop offensively. You did block him one time.
Here we go. It'll be McCormick to serve.
Don't serve Kins.
They avoid getting it to him. And one of the Kins
dug
it out.
The other one.
McCormick, nice play by Zedeker, but it's a free ball for
go outside with
Loyola. Chi,
boom,
blocked, but not enough on the block, and an easy kill for Solicito.
Yeah. And they did have a double block on him, so the outside from St. Francis went in to help. If that's going to happen, that middle needs to get out to Lopez quicker. Winner
will play the winner of Lincoln Way West and York. Meanwhile, Chi.
Boom.
As that's blocked, live ball. McCormick couldn't touch it because he already touched it. And 2-0 lead for Loyola. Fun one.
Absolutely.
First match of the day went 3 sets. This one's going 3 sets. Partner, on that play, you just got to one-hand dig it. You do two hands, you got no choice.
No, as a coach, you never tell somebody to go after it with one hand. He did the right thing. He just couldn't reach it. Dive, fine, but make sure it gets to your platform. Keep that platform flat. Get it off your forearms. So that's just a great serve. Perfect pass here. Oops. Now, that's what you want to do, though. You want to serve deep left, right? So if you want to go outside as a setter, even Zedeker, it's a harder set to take the ball from the left side of your own court to push it out to your outside hitter. I guess you should say from the deep right of your court. It's the deep left from Loyola's perspective. It's too bad he missed. But if you continue to serve at that libero, it's hard for Zedeker to get the ball in a real hittable spot for St. Francis' outside. But whatever, it's a 4-1 lead now here, so those 4 points were like gold. You should get one side out here with Lopez.
Here comes the serve, as it was by Rojas to the front row. Chi blocked, but out of bounds. Lopez, it's not just the kills he gets, it's all the attention that are focused on him at all times.
Well, yeah, I would put every blocker you got on him if you can. Now he's in the back row. The question is, can he score some points when he's in the back? I think he should serve zone one. In other words, the St. Francis' right side, his left. Instead, he went right down the middle to the very good passing libero. That's going to go out. Yeah, you got to keep it away from McCormick, too. That guy's a fantastic passer.
5-2 now, as it'll be Gavin Gonzalez. St. Francis has not led in this third set thus far. Over to the front row, Chi. Wow, how did he even get a piece of that?
What a great dig. They're going to call a double hit on that.
Yeah, you can't really argue it. It was such an awkward-looking set.
Well, we have confidence in the ref. If he calls it, it's the right call, but I would not have called it.
I think I would have. When it's that awkward, you got to use benefit of the doubt. It doesn't look like a normal hit. That's normal, though. Over to the front row.
Boy,
good job, but it's asking a lot. You got to come down by 4 to win this one.
Nick Madden way up in the air. He's already 6'3", at least that's what it says here, with some hops, too. Nice hit. Perfect pass.
Over to Chi.
Ooh.
Over the net.
I didn't like that. It needs to be hit harder.
Mueller, out of bounds.
Well, you almost can't blame him for throwing it deep. He had a couple of those short tips, so maybe he thinks the defense is going to come up to get the short tip, and he tried to throw it deep, unfortunately out of bounds. I'm not a fan of this tipping and throwing. I think you just go hit it.
28 digs for St. Francis, 22 for Loyola. Mueller,
like
that's
that.
in bounds. Point and a kill.
Okay, now they're only down 3 with a long way to go.
Can you get it to 6 points before Loyola gets 8?
Well, the key is how many points can you get when Lopez is in the back row. Yikes. There's an ace on him. Now, that worked against Barrington. Cole Hartke, right? That's what Loyola did to him. They had like 10 points in a row. Kins served like 10 points in a row, and a lot of them were to Cole Hartke, and they got the points. So might not be a bad thing to serve right at Lopez. Of course, it's probably a good thing to get it over the net.
That one hurts if you're a St. Francis fan.
Yeah, the game within the game is do not serve the liberos. So here's another case. Serve the line. Serve zone 1. Serve the serving corner, so to speak.
Aldous Kins, just a sophomore. His big brother, Steph, is on this team. Blocked from the back row to the front.
Oh, he touched it. He shouldn't have.
No. It's so tough, though, partner. Like, you're the last man of defense. It takes an awkward angle. You switch your body weight, and you just have to make a split decision.
Yeah, you said it. Yeah, you're exactly right. He decided it was going to be in. I'm going to touch it.
9-5.
Yeah, so often if you felt like you couldn't get a good play on the ball, let it go and hope. So that way, he couldn't reach it. Probably should have just let it go because he couldn't reach it, not because he thought it was going to be out.
Aldous Kins will serve. Over the net, from the back row to the front.
It's Doug.
Chi. Nice play. McCormick saves it, and then tapped over that time by Gutzovic. Lopez Free ball coming up, but just found a way to save it. Did McCormick. Lopez again. It's in play. Game over.
Now, right now, this is the toughest rotation for St. Francis to handle. You got the middle who just cranked one. It was a fantastic dig, but you have to respect him in the middle, and you still got Lopez on the outside pounding it. So this is tough. If these serves can stay in.
First set was won by Loyola, 25-21. Saved by McCormick, goes out of play.
Lopez with the block. You cannot tip. You need to hit. You need to side them out. Good time for a timeout.
Timeout called by Mike Lynch, and we'll stick with the action here on NFHS Network.
You can run a lot of points here with Lopez on the outside and Uribe in the middle.
Today's event is available to download. Just click the digital copy button under the event video player to download a digital copy of the event right to your computer. NFHSnetwork.com/IHSA is your destination for the most comprehensive coverage of Illinois high school playoff action.
So 6 points down, 14 points to go. St. Francis has to get out of the immediate problem with the Aruba in the front row, right? But then they still have to deal with Lopez in the front row, so they got to get him into the back and then score a boatload of points when Lopez is in the back. That's going to be hard to do, down by 6.
It's 11-5. It started off as a 4-0 early run for Loyola. The second game that St. Francis forced, the third set, that was just back and forth. It was 12-9, and eventually a 25-23 win. Here we go. It's going to be a serve for Kins. And the young man, what can he do here? Just a sophomore.
Well, he's accurate. He's keeping the ball away from the libero, and that's good.
Is it in play? It is. Kill for St. Francis, because they have a long way to go before they can win this one.
St. Francis made a nice play out of that. It was a good serve, low pass, and of course Zedeker, with the great hands he's got, made a good set to the outside, and it was a good cut shot.
If you're a St. Francis fan, ideally speaking, you want to get it to 8 before Loyola gets 12. That's not going to work. Out of bounds. Point awarded Loyola, and they're rolling right now.
Yeah, you can't not be aggressive, but obviously if you miss and don't execute. So Lopez is now front middle. 2 more rotations is going to take to get him out of the front.
Martin Gonzalez on the serve. Try to avoid McCormick.
Again, not to the libero. That's all good.
Good dig out that time by Kins. Lopez. That might have gone out of bounds, but McCormick he had to play it. Still in play. Double hit.
Well, they're going to call that didn't cross the net, so he just set it into the net.
Yeah.
There's no block.
Four
hits, right.
Yeah.
So 13-6. This game is getting away from St. Francis, but there still is time. I like the serve. Keep it away from the libero.
Gonzalez, the lefty.
And he did.
Okay, good kill, and it's to Aaron Cook. He's been good. Small sample size, but when they've gotten the ball to him, he has succeeded.
Well, that's the thing. They've got hitters everywhere, and the Zedeker makes all the hitters better. And he is 6'6". Why not use him more if you can, right?
He's done everything today. He's got 23 assists, 15 times on attack, 5 digs for Zedeker.
Perfect pass here.
Lopez still in play. No chance. Seems like this Jack Lopez is pretty good at this volleyball thing.
Yeah, he is, but he also is absolutely the beneficiary of a tremendous setter. Again, the setter got the ball outside the block, between the block and the antenna, which allowed him to smash the line again. But yes, he is a fantastic player, no doubt about it. I would like to see him run some 32s to move the block around a little bit, but on the other hand, you're so successful with the 4s. Why?
Illinois Prep Volleyball named him the ultimate, as that one's a kill for Loyola. They named Jack Lopez the PrepVolleyball.com Player of the Week. So not just does the high school circuit know about him, but the club circuit as well.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Player of the Year would be in his future somewhere.
Player of the tournament thus far.
Yeah, I have to agree with that.
Chi. Lopez. As McCormick got it.
Oh, no. You finally dug one. Don't hit it out.
And this one might be over for St. Francis.
It's funny you said that, because you get that feeling that maybe it's slipping too far away from him. A really good time for a timeout. Mike Lynch has a real good finger on the pulse. I mean, you are losing. You are a good coach. You've been doing it for a long time, so you can feel when the game is slipping away. It's a good time for a timeout. Maybe you'll get a missed serve, freeze the server. It's kind of like freezing the kicker.
This would be the first time that Loyola would get to the state semis. They got to the quarters in '94 under Bob Edenbaugh, but they did not place. 30-6 finish that year. This year they're even better, 37-2, and they're very close to defeating the 28-8 St. Francis team.
Yeah, next game is York and Lincoln Way West, and my money is on Loyola. So I'm thinking that Loyola is in the final against Marist, and
the Chicago Catholic League rematch.
Is that what it would be? Then Marist would win. So we don't have to play the rest of the games.
Until somebody can prove they can beat Glenbard West in the playoffs, I'm always going to go with Glenbard
Well,
West.
Marist is 2-1 against them this year, so that's going to be a close one.
Well, I always think of the Lions. They went 4-0 in the preseason, then they went 0-16. There's a big difference between postseason and regular season. There's a big difference between regular season and preseason.
Well, and hopefully they sleep well tonight, and they're going to play 2 games tomorrow.
Regardless.
But this one's not over yet. It's a 9-point lead. It looks like they kind of are owning St. Francis in this game 3. That's a tough serve. Perfect pass.
Is it inbounds? It is not. You got to try that, though. You're down 9. You're just trying to steal points away from Loyola. You hope it hits the white. That time it doesn't hit the white.
Well, and Loyola has them shook a little bit, trying to avoid getting blocked and just hit it a little bit too far out of bounds. And this is a great serve.
Ace. Nathan Chi, and that might be the exclamation point on a dominant third set right now by the Ramblers.
Yeah, teams that are scouting this have to really figure out how to stop Lopez, and also have to figure out how to stop the serve. And of course, Aruba is terrific in the middle. That's overpass. Well, the libero called it. That was a smart play.
Wow. Yeah. Jack Lopez. You have to exert so much energy to block him at all times. Jack, the always smart player, I'll just do a little tap over the net.
Right. And he doesn't tip often, too. He hits it so hard you have to stay back, and it's almost not fair. But what I like, that play started out with a good call by Kins. He called it. Everybody got out of his way. Great dig.
Chi to the front row. Lopez again blocked.
Now, how often have you seen Lopez blocked, right? You're at 7-19, you get blocked to make it 8-19. But what a nice dig by the younger Kins.
Just 2 errors for Lopez, 19 of 31. Now 19 of 32. Ace. Okay.
Now, if you're Loyola, this wouldn't be a bad time to call timeout either. You just lost 2 points in a row. You don't want to let St. Francis get back in it. You've got the timeouts. Lopez is going to get one more swing in the front here.
Over the net, Gonzalez, Kins to Chi. Lopez off the body, out of bounds. Just stealing the Player of the Game award today.
Yeah, he's not leaving that for chance. Yeah, the rest of the Loyola team, they are absolutely playing their parts, their roles, and they are good players. But Lopez is a cut above. But he is in the back.
Over the net and
It
going after it as Chi. Now over to Lopez. Free ball coming up for St. Francis over the net, and Kins got a piece of it. Point awarded, St. Francis. 2010. If they can get it to 2015, anything can happen, but that's
a lot to ask. Yeah.
Good play by Lopez.
Oh, they're going to call double.
Okay. If it gets to 20-12, Loyola will probably call a timeout.
Yeah, if I was in those shoes, I would have called it sooner, like I said earlier. But fight through it. You got to rotate 3 times.
2012. Don't see the timeout signaled yet. I'm surprised they're making them play through it.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely, me too.
Still up by 8, but you don't get extra points for saving your timeouts.
Well, and there's no tomorrow. You need to win this game.
Correct. 2013. He definitely has a timeout. There it is, because they have 1 timeout for each on the Jumbotron.
So they were down 7-17. They were down by 10. Now they're down by 7. They were down 9-20. Then 10-20, 11-20, 12-20, and 13-20. So 7 more, and Lopez is in the back. So this chess game is not over yet.
Got to make it 20-15 for me to even think St. Francis has a chance.
Well, and Loyola has to be in their mind, okay, what do I got to do to rotate 3 times? One of them, you got Lopez out of the pipe, right? Solicito is good enough in the middle. Have him hammer one. You do need a pass. Do not serve the libero. I mean, there's some fresh air out there for St. Francis if they can execute.
How about this for a stat line for Zedeker? 26 assists, 6 digs, 9 of 16.
Yeah, and those 9 of 16, it's not coming, this is coming like serve, receive, free ball passes, stuff like that. Not from another setter running a 6-2.
3 airs for Zedeker, 3 for Lopez. Over the net. There's Lopez setting it up for Chi. Can they set it up? It'll just be an over.
Well, another free ball. Whoops, didn't handle that very well.
Over the net. The libero, right person to set it up. Chi over to Kins.
Oh, good spot. Wow. Yep, that's the point they needed. That was eyeballs. Benjamin Trapp just knew where to hit it where there was nobody there and executed that play. They needed that. Now they got out of that disastrous rotation with a 21-13 lead.
Steph Kins looking to put this one on ice. Okay.
So St. Francis kicked to the extra point, 14-21.
Or was it 21-6 and then they went for 2? Lopez to Chi, Trapp.
Oh, another Trapp kill.
Getting a piece of it. It was off the hand of Cook. The few mistakes that Cook has made today.
Trapp, the 6'4" right side, came up with 2 just fantastic times to get those kills.
So much size on this Loyola team. Solicito, 6'4".
Stop tipping.
Yoruba, 6'6", over the net. Point awarded. That just barely went off Loyola because it clearly went out of bounds.
What a smart play, though. Trapp said it was tight. He knew he had a big-time double block, so he had to turn it off the court. He didn't need to aim for on the court, aim for the outside of the block, got the point. What a fantastic offensive play.
Peter Gutowitz into the game now for St. Francis over the net. It's in play. Every time they want to finish off the Spartans, they get it to Yoruba.
Well, it's Yoruba, right. And what he did there is he was against the double block. So that's why he doesn't hit it quite as hard when it's over the block. So he has to reach higher, use a lot more wrist flip, and got the ball into the corner over the block. Tough to stop.
23-16. At this point, St. Francis just playing for pride's sake. Lopez. I don't know what's better, his playing ability or the dance. That was a pretty cool celebration.
Well, he put the sword back in its sheath, right?
Yeah.
So game point, Lopez is out there.
Still live.
That's a great
McCormick's
dig.
got to dig it. It's going to be a free ball coming up.
Nope, it's out.
That'll do it. Loyola advances to the semifinals with a very impressive 25-15 finish in set number 3.
But it did take him 3 sets to win it, right? Yeah. So what does that say? We got Glenbard West versus Marist tomorrow, and then we got Loyola versus
Lincoln Way West or York.
Right. So. What a great game. Well, I mean, everybody knows the player of the game this time was Lopez. I mean, you'd be hard-pressed to make a case for Nathan Chi, although he was fantastic. Obviously, Aruba had a great game. And Kins, actually both Kins, frankly, but Kins, especially the 17 libero, was great too. But Lopez was just too much.
Zedeker did his best in a losing effort. 10 of 17, 3 airs, 27 assists, 3 digs. Just not enough to overcome and overpass the Ramblers today. So, our player of the game brought to you by Ubertine Accounts is, of course, Jack Lopez. 20 kills, 3 airs, 33 times on the attack, 515 percentage, 1 assist, 5 digs, and BA was 2-2. So, for our excellent crew, for Chris Angela, for Phil Dorner and Bob Vilsoet, I'm Kyle Smith. Our 4th and final quarterfinal match of the day between Lincoln Way West and York coming up next. But for now, please drive safely.